Merry Christmas and welcome to one of our film reviews. Today we're talking Pittsburgh Steelers defensive lineman Yahya Black. Yahya Black, again, a lot of playing time for this rookie, and he is earning it, becoming a versatile playmaker. Did a lot of different things for the Steelers in their recent victory over the Lions. We'll break down everything he did so well. As always, in the comment section below, give us any feedback you might have. If you're a fan of these film reviews and want to help support us, consider becoming a member. There's a link in the description box below that will take you right there. But without further ado, let's jump right into the film. All right, let's get started with the really fun play, and there's Yahya Black right there, lined up in the A gap right there between the center and the right guard for the Detroit Lions. And this is a really cool play. You can see the Steelers, they got a bunch of guys right around the line of scrimmage. They're going to try and bring a blitz off the edge. They're going to try and confuse everyone from the Lions offensive line. Right now, Jared Goff's thinking, okay, 53 could drop into coverage, maybe 6, maybe 56, 21 could drop into coverage. One thing he doesn't expect is Yahya Black dropping his zone coverage, but that's exactly what 94 does, and he breaks up the pass. Let's check it out. There's some motion. There's a snap. There's Yahya Black dropping into coverage. Bats the ball down. Guys, this was a touchdown. Look at this in the back of the end zone. 84 is wide open. No one near him. This is a rookie 7th round nose tackle. You talk about trust. You talk about a bold move from a defensive coordinator. My goodness gracious. This is awesome. And now, I will admit, Yahya Black, not the most graceful looking guy on this play, but he bats the ball down. Almost intercepts it right there. Look at this. Almost bats it down, or does bat it down. Almost intercepts it, just can't get his left hand up there. This is versatility. This is playmaking. And again, this is from a nose tackle. And this is what having a young defensive lineman that has earned the trust of his defensive coaching staff, this is what it looks like. I guarantee you, if this was any other rookie on any other team who wasn't doing all the good things in practice that Yahya Black is doing and playing well in the games, they would never in a million years consider doing this. But because 94, since the moment he showed up for the Pittsburgh Steelers, has been doing everything they've asked of him in practice, everything in meetings, and showing up in a big way on the field despite the injuries up front, despite the challenges of being a rookie playing in the National Football League. The Steelers coaching staff, Austin and co., they trust number 94, and their trust is rewarded right here with a big play. All right, from the wide copy, you get a really good look at Yahya Black. He shifts down inside right here. There's the pre-snap motion. You're going to see he takes one step forward and backs in his own coverage. I mean, 84 is wide open. Jared Goff's like, I got the easiest touchdown I'm ever going to get. Instead, it's an incomplete pass. This is absolutely awesome. Again, run stuffing nose guard, right? Pass rush, he's still trying to work on and improve, and he is improving in that dynamic. We'll break down a play a little later in this film review, but this is an easy touchdown. You don't expect anybody to bat this down, certainly not a 300-pound nose guard, and he gets it done. My goodness gracious. Again, not the most graceful looking play of all time, but it's winning football. And that's the theme for the Steelers this season. We talked about Dylan Cook earlier this week, their tackle that's stepping up at left tackle. We talked about Harmon coming back, having a big impact. How about Yahya Black, as he's done all season long, continuing to impress? Nice play. All right, let's go back to something Yahya Black is more traditionally known for, and that's run defense. And there he is right there, lined up in a head-up nose technique, zero technique on the center. And this is going to be a downhill run right here for the Detroit Lions. We're going to get a double team right here, working up to the linebacker. We're going to get a double team right here, working up to the linebacker. Receiver coming in motion to insert. Tight end picking up number 53 right there. And the running back, again, just going north and south downhill wherever we can find a hole. Yahya Black takes on the double team and wins outright and makes the play. Phenomenal job from the rookie. Let's check it out. There's the motion. There's the snap. There's the handoff. There's Black blowing the play up. Nicely done. All right, so look at this double team right here between the center and the guard. This is really good right here from Yahya Black. Again, hands on the center like any nose guard should, right? You should always be trying to blow up the center. He takes a shot right there to his ribs, to his thigh right there. Man, that's a good job by that offensive lineman staying low, but he keeps battling, keeps fighting, and makes a tackle. That's my favorite part about Yahya Black. One is that he's a stump and he's immovable. Like, this is awesome right here from number 94, not giving up any ground. But he's just mentally tough, right? He wants to play hard and compete at a high level. You know, there's a lot of people that say they want to, but you put on the film, it's clear that they don't, just for whatever reason. Yahya Black, he wants it. He wants it more than just about anybody on the field, to the point where he can take a shot to the thigh while engaging an NFL center in close hand-to-hand combat, fight off both of them, and make the tackle right here. Nice job. Good finish right here, too, by 94. All right, from the wide copy, you get a really good look at Yahya Black. You can see that shot. My goodness gracious. Look what he takes to the thigh. Bang. Man, that hurts. That just looks painful. But 94 just keeps working, keeps fighting, and is part of the tackle. Makes a tackle, actually. He's involved with this stuff right here with the running back at the point of attack. Now, I think Derek Harmon does a lot of the heavy lifting too, and I think 56 coming around offers some help and helps close out the play. Good team defense across the board. Good run defense from a team perspective from the Pittsburgh Steelers. But Yahya Black, man, I put on the film. right? He's not the most graceful guy at all, not even remotely close. But his effort, his physicality, and just the trust he's building with this team is off the charts. He's going to be a huge part of this defense for many years to come. All right, let's talk effort here. And there's Yahya Black right there, line up in a 3 technique on the outside shoulder of the Detroit Lions right guard. And what the Lions are going to do is they're going to bring Jahmyr Gibbs this direction and throw it to him in the flat. They're going to let 33 Sawyer come up the field, and they're going to have blockers out in space, and they're going to have the right guard basically reach Yahya Black. And this is a great play for the Lions. It looks like Gibbs is going to score, but the effort from number 94, again, a 300-pound run-stuffing nose guard, prevents the touchdown. This is awesome from the young rookie. Let's check it out. There's a snap. Throws to the running back. Well blocked. Out in space. Looks like he may score, but Yahya Black prevents him. You talk about effort. Let's get 94 this entire play. Let's follow him around, right? Sees it's a pass, sees the screen. He's trying to work through the block. Again, that's Jahmyr Gibbs, really fast player. Look at the hustle. Look at the effort. I love it. Look at him and compare it to Peyton Wilson, right? Now, Peyton Wilson is faster, of course, but who wants it more? I'm not going to pick on 41 here too much, but watch Peyton Wilson here. He just kind of walks out of bounds. Who wants it more? Who wants to win? Look at 6 right there. He kind of pulls up. He should have kept going. Should have tried harder. Who wants it more, guys? Yahya Black wants it more. And that's so important. Having the want to, having the mentality of a winner. If you look at him as an athlete, if you look at him as a graceful football player, not going to happen, right? Obviously, he's a big lumbering guy who's good against the run like we showcased a second ago. But in terms of effort, in terms of heart, there may be nobody better on the Steelers defense. That's why he's going to be a big part of this team for a long time. All right, from the wide copy, you can see Yahya Black right there, gets reached by the guard, ball's out. No chance he's going to make the play, right? It's going to be a touchdown, actually. 41, not a great effort there, but Yahya Black, he does his part. Effort, want to, intensity. All of those things we talk about when it comes to defense. Offense, too, if we're being totally honest. But that's the difference between being a playoff team and a non-playoff team. A championship team and a team that doesn't win playoff games. Now, I can't guarantee that the Steelers will go on a run this season and win a bunch of playoff games, right? That's getting ahead of ourselves. But when I look at this rookie, and I look at this rookie class, Harmon, Sawyer, and of course, number 94, Yahya Black, I see a different mentality. I see the old school Steelers effort, the never say die Steelers. Remember when they went on that run, I think in 2005, they were dead in the rights, right? Weren't going to even make the playoffs potentially, won their last 3 games, and then went all the way to the Super Bowl, won the Super Bowl. That was the Bill Cowher Steelers. They had a different mentality. They were gritty, they were tough, they were never give up, right? Fought to the whistle, hustled all the time. Haven't seen that from the Steelers in a long time until this year, specifically until Yahya Black. All right, let's get into some pass rush now, and there's Black right there. Line up in a 3 technique on the outside shoulder of the Lions left guard. You can see the Pittsburgh Steelers, they got 5 down right here, so we got one-on-one matchups across the board. Left tackle one-on-one, left guard one-on-one, center one-on-one, right guard one-on-one, and right tackle one-on-one, which means right here, Yahya Black, he's got a great opportunity. Now, he's not known for being a pass rusher, but he does a great job. He actually beats number 73, doesn't get pressure on the quarterback because Jared Goff gets rid of the football pretty quickly, but I love the pass rush move from number 94, showcases growth and development in this part of his game. Let's check it out. There's a snap. Goff has time. Hits the open man. Decent little play. All right, let's look at Yahya Black right here at 3 technique. Fires out at number 73. Little push, pull, swim. Nicely done, guys. He's starting to figure it out as a pass rusher. He's got 2 moves, right? And he needs to use them both. It's straight bull rush, where he uses his incredible strength and power just to blow offensive linemen back. That needs to be his primary and is his primary. But the counter to it needs to be this push, pull, swim like we see here. And this is absolutely beautiful. Threaten with the bull rush right there. Now pull him, swim over the top. Awesome. Great technique, great execution. Now, it's a quick throw from Goff, so again, no pressure, no sack from Yahya Black. But I tell you what, if he uses this more and more paired with his bull rush, he'll start getting on the field in pass rush situations. Now, he's not exactly Hayward yet, not even close. But I tell you what, if he starts putting plays together like this on film, Austin and the Steelers coaching staff, they'll start giving him opportunities because this is really, really good here by the rookie. All right, for the wide copy, get a really good look at this. Push, pull, swim. Man, that's good. Let's look at this technique. Fires out into the guard right there, threatens with bull rush, bench presses him off him, then pulls him. That's so awesome. This is what you need to do if you're Yahya Black. Again, threaten with the bull. Number 73 right here is thinking bull rush, bull rush, bull rush, and now he gets thrown on his face. Looks silly. This 1-2 move in terms of his 2 pass rush moves. Bull rush and this push-pull, swim over the top to finish. Outstanding. it's coming together. He's getting more comfortable. That's why he's getting out in zone coverage of all things, because the Steelers coaching staff's like, listen, this rookie's figuring out the NFL game. He doesn't have it completely squared away yet, but he knows how to hustle. His effort, his physicality, he's great against the run. He's understanding the schemes. Mentally, he's becoming an A-plus player, and with that comes more opportunities. With that comes more confidence, and with that comes more playmaking. All right, let's go back to some run defense here, and there's Yahya Black lined up at the A gap. I'll call that a 1 technique. Maybe you'll call it a 2-eye technique, but regardless, he's lined up in the gap right here, and it's going to be a short yardage run here. Obviously, you can see the Lions are right around the 3-yard line. The goal line's just a few yards away, and they're going to work to the left side of your screen, the defensive left right here, trying to attack right there, the offensive right. What they're going to do here is they're going to try and bring a pulling guard around, and he can't get to Sawyer, and Sawyer blows the play up. But I want you guys to watch Yahya Black and what he does to the center in terms of denting the defense, getting penetration. I love how Yahya Black handles this technically. I think this is a sign of why he's such a good run defender and why the Steelers are really high on him going into the future. Let's check it out. There's the motion. Goes back out. There's a snap. There's a handoff. Big tackle for loss. Don't love this design from Detroit's perspective. Obviously works out well for Pittsburgh. But let's look at Yahya Black right here dealing with his back block. Center tries to back block, and he gets blown back. Look at 94, setting a new line of scrimmage, getting penetration. This is winning football, right? This is how you blow this play up. And you notice this guard. What happens? This guard almost trips a little bit, doesn't he? Look at him. Stumbles a little bit. Now, why is he stumbling? I think it's because right there, he feels his buddy, his teammate, getting his helmet snapped back by Yahya Black, because 94 is a beast with his strength and power inside. So right here, the left guard, he gets tripped. What does that mean? Sawyer goes untouched, tackle for loss. This is why the Steelers love number 94, and this is why interior defensive line play is so important, because it disrupts everything. Everything an offense tries to do, run game, pass game, it doesn't matter. If you get penetration, if you reset the line of scrimmage, you cause chaos, and you come up with big stops, just like you see right here. All right, from the wide copy, get a really good look at this. Watch Yahya Black right there. Jack up the center. Guard can't get out there. Why can't the guard get out there? Watch what he does. He trips right there on the center. Why is he tripping on the center? Because Yahya Black is shocking the center back. You don't notice this on the broadcast footage, do you? It just speaks to his dominance. It speaks to the impact he has and why the Steelers love this guy. Interior defensive line play, it matters. It doesn't get, all the credit it deserves at times. This play wasn't even talked about on the broadcast footage. They just said, hey, good job, Sawyer. Bad job, 73 for Detroit. No one noticed Yahya Black. But when you look at the film, you can see, watch the center's left foot. Works back. You can see right there. Look at that. That's the shot. The offensive guard, he trips or tries to avoid tripping. Now he can't make the block. This is the difference between winning and losing. It's Yahya Black at the point of attack. All right, let's talk about something Yahya Black needs to improve on. And there he is right there, zero technique, head up nose against the Detroit Lions center. And listen, he had a good game, but I'd be remiss if I didn't bring up a play like this, something he needs to get better at. And this is just going to be a zone scheme for the Detroit Lions. And he's going to get zone blocked right here between the guard and the center. And he gets completely dislocated, which is bad enough. But he has a chance to come off the block and make the play, but he can't. And this is the biggest problem with Yahya Black. When he has a bad play, he can't recover. Let's check it out. Some pre-snap motion. There's a snap. There's the handoff. Running back cuts back and forth, breaks into the secondary. Big play for the Lions. All right, let's look at Yahya Black. Head up nose. How does he do? There's a zone block. It's completely shocked out of the way. Not great. Has a chance to make the tackle and can't, and ends up on the ground. Not great. And this is the one problem with Yahya Black. When he has a bad play, when it's an off play, he can't recover. Or at least struggles to, at least can't yet recover. I believe he'll figure it out. I really do, because I think he's that kind of player. I think he's got the right mentality to improve. But this is an example of something that happens, a couple times a game. He gets completely washed out of the way. Listen, it happens. You're going up against an NFL offensive line. Not everything is going to be sunshine and roses. But right here, recover. Fight off the block, make the tackle, hold him to 5 yards, hold him to 6 yards, right? That's what you need to do. That's what Hayward does when he has a bad play. Watt, same way. But he just can't make the play, ends up on the ground. This is something, the recovery aspect, right? Like a great corner, right? You get beat deep. Can you recover and make the tackle, or do you give up the touchdown? Yahya Black just can't recover there. Now you may say, well, it's holding or this and that. Listen, I don't care. Make the tackle. Make the play. If you make the tackle and make the play or at least get closer to it, the ref will be forced to throw the flag. And I think that's what Yahya Black is missing, that recovery aspect from his game, just like we see right here. All right, from the wide copy, get a really good look at it. We get the pre-snap motion. There's a double team. He gets washed down inside. Not great, but he has a chance to make the tackle and just can't. Again, not a good play at all from Yahya Black. He's supposed to basically be right in the middle, directly to the right of the hash, and gets washed down to the left of the hash. Not good. But he has a chance to fight right there and limit it to 5 yards, and he just can't get it done. And Yahya Black had a really good game. He's got a really bright future, and I think he's going to be huge for the Steelers down the stretch, for sure. His versatility, playmaking is outstanding. Really smart, hardworking kid. He's going to be a good player. But this is one thing he definitely needs to improve on. I've seen this all season long on his film. It's the recovery part, turning a bad play into an okay play, something to work on for 94. All right, late game situation here. The Detroit Lions, they're driving to potentially win the game. Huge moment for them to stay in the playoff hunt, but you can see Yahya Black's in the game. He's a 3 technique on the outside shoulder of the guard. We've seen him drop into zone coverage already earlier in this one, but there's no way that the Pittsburgh Steelers coaching staff trusts Yahya Black to do it again, but it's exactly what they do. It completely confuses Jared Goff, ends up in a dead play for the Lions. Let's check it out. There's a snap. There's Yahya Black dropping to coverage. Goff has to throw it quickly and throws it away because he remembers when he sees this look, he can't throw it over the middle. No one's open. Has to throw it out of the back of the end zone. Yahya Black's versatility, right? Again, trust, confidence, and execution. He batted down the ball to start this film review. He can make the play when it's there. Jared Goff, he sees this look. He's like, crap, I remember this play. I remember this concept the Steelers defense threw at me. I can't throw it down the middle. Let's throw it out of the back of the end zone, just like we see here. This is Yahya Black's impact, right? As a versatile playmaker. We talk about Sawyer having this kind of talent. How about Yahya Black having this kind of impact? It's huge for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Obviously, as a run stuffer, he's really good. Pass rush game coming along. His versatility is awesome. His hustle is outstanding. His hard work ethic, A++ for sure. A few things to work on, as every rookie does, but I think his development, his evolution, and his continued growth as a player is a big reason why the Steelers are winning.